Alrighty, in this lesson, we're going to be discussing the two types of ratios and how we can differentiate between the two, part-to-part versus part-to-whole ratios. So, the two types and definitions of each. Part-to-part is comparing one smaller part to another smaller part of the same group, so boys to girls. Whereas the part-to-whole version of that would be boys to all children or girls to all students, because it's a smaller part to the entire part. So children or students includes both boys and girls. Another example, cars to trucks would be part to part, and the part to whole version would be cars to all vehicles or total vehicles. One more example, pepperoni pizza to cheese pizza for part to part, small to small. And then if we include the entire part, all pizzas, that would be part to whole pepperoni pizzas, if it said like all pizzas sold. Now how to solve each, we're gonna make a ticket for part to part problems, and we're gonna make a table for part to whole. Because if we make a ticket, look, it's just comparing two different things, a smaller part to a smaller part, so you just need the numerator and denominator. Whereas if we do part to whole, it requires a table because we gotta include boys, girls, and that third total item, that whole item. So table is gonna be part to whole, ticket is gonna be part to part. So we're gonna look at a few examples here, and we gotta determine whether it's a part to part or a part to whole problem and why. So take a look at this one. It says there are 4 trucks for every 5 cars in a parking lot. How many total vehicles could be in the parking lot? Ask yourself, what keyword lets us know, is this part to part or part to whole? And if you said part to whole, you are correct because it says total vehicles. Look, it starts by talking about trucks, and then talks about cars, and then goes to talking about vehicles. Because it's trucks, cars, and vehicles, that's 3 different things, that's gonna require a table. Since there's 3 things that couldn't fit, a ticket couldn't fit on this problem because vehicles could not go into trucks or cars. So we gotta make our table dealing with trucks, then cars, and then vehicles. Now, fill in the numbers. It says how many trucks are there? There are 4. How many cars? There are 5. And then to find the total amount, we just add across. 4 trucks plus 5 cars makes a total of 9 vehicles. So if we just keep doing this, it'd be 4 plus 4 is 8. 5 plus 5 is 10. And if we add across, 8 plus 10 is 18. We keep doing 4, just skip counting. 4, 8, 12, 5, 10, 15. And then 12 plus 15 is 27. But with this stuff, if you get good at it, you just notice we are really just counting by 9s here. So once you know this number, you can just find a multiple of 9 for our answer. There could be 9, there could be 18 total vehicles, there could be 27, which gives our answer of D, 27 vehicles. The next total amount, 36, 45, 54. Just keep skip counting by 9. All right, next problem. It says 1 serving of Mike's crackers has 150 calories and a mass of 30 grams. How many calories are in 6 grams of the crackers? Well, we got calories, grams, and then it says how many calories for 6 grams. So this one, take a look at it. Ask yourself, part to part or part to whole? It's only talking about 2 separate units here. So this one can be solved with a ticket because this is part to part. We're comparing calories to grams. This one just fill in the numbers. How many calories? Well, it first gives us 150 for 30 grams. And the last one it gives us 6 grams. I'm tracking grams on bottom, the denominator, so 6 would go here. So then if we're going down 30 to 6, I would divide by 5, and to keep it equivalent, what I do top to the bottom. So 150 divided by 5 would be 30. So in 6 grams, there would be 30 calories. Again, our answer is D. Now remember, when we do these ticket problems, the answer is either going to be the numerator or the denominator. It's not the whole thing. Because if you did 30 over 6, you would get 5. And notice that's an answer choice. That is not correct. It says in 6 grams there are 30 calories. All right, another example we've seen before. Read it to yourself. Ask yourself, what is the ratio, part to part or part to whole? To clean a tank, 3/4 cups of disinfectant is needed for every 2 gallons of water. How many cups of disinfectant are needed for 20 gallons of water? We're dealing with disinfectant and we're dealing with gallons of water. It doesn't ask for a really total amount of anything different, so this is going to be another parts to part. So I'm comparing disinfectant to water, so we can make a ticket here. Disinfectant over water. How much disinfectant? Remember, you can make a fraction within a fraction. That's okay. It's 3/4 for every 2 gallons. And the last number they give us is 20 gallons of water. I have water on bottom. 20 is here. 2 to 20, we multiply by 10. When I do the top to the bottom, 3/4 times 10. Can't do a fraction of a whole number, so I'll make 10 a fraction. I'll put it over 1. And we get 3 times 10 is 30. 4 times 1 is 4. And if I reduce this, 4 goes into 30 7 times, so with 2 left over, you get 7 2/4, which is equal to 7.5. This one would be A, part to part. We can make a ticket with this problem. Last but not least, when you're reading this one, it's a lot of tortillas, but we gotta figure out part to part or part to whole. It says a restaurant orders corn tortillas and flour tortillas. The ratio of the number of corn tortillas to the number of flour tortillas is 2 to 3. What is the ratio of the number of flour tortillas to the total number of tortillas? Well, if I'm looking at this, we are dealing with corn tortillas and then flour tortillas, but then lastly, it's asking for the total number of tortillas. That's 3 different things: corn, flour, and total. So with this one, it is a part to whole. It would be easiest to make a table with this. So we have corn, we have flour, and we have total. So then it says the total number, the ratio of corn to flour is 2 to 3. So there's 2 corn, 3 flour. And remember, with part to whole, this last column, we add them up. 2 plus 3 is 5. So from this, we can make a ratio. It says, what is the ratio of the number of flour to the total? Well, we have our ratio here. Flour is 3, total is 5. So the ratio of flour to total is 3 to 5. Our answer here would be B. From this, we can also make the total or the ratio of corn to total. Corn to total would be 2 to 5. Just use the other number that's given to us. All right, so that's how you differentiate between part to part and part to whole. Go ahead and pause the video and try these two on